It's like we're not even here.
It's like we didn't even show up to our own podcast.
Well, we've been doing a lot of that lately.
Yeah.
Welcome to Marital Hate. I am Stacy.
I am Doug.
We are married, but we do not hate each other.
At the moment, no.
Not exactly. I'm kind of annoyed with them. We're working on it.
Well,
what?
Nothing.
So it's been a few days since we've done the podcast.
Yeah, we have not been here for a little bit.
And right now, if for
days.
whatever reason, and I don't know what that reason is, I can't get into fucking Twitter, and that's freaking me out a little bit.
It's called
Well, we get the
we
vast
do.
majority
We get
of our
some
fucking
folks
audience from
there.
Twitter, and so but listen, if the Twitter people don't come, the most important thing is that then hit the button, go live. The most important thing is that the people that come night after night that support the podcast, that are part of the show,
yes,
are here. I one in particular, OG Lesby in his house, Tracy. What's going on, girl? Our pal Tracy has been a lesbian since they
since
invented
Hector was a
lesbians.
pup.
She invented lesbian.
No. That was invented by Billie Jean King.
I don't.
She also invented the cotton gin and the cotton mouth. They're not related. The lesbianism and cottonmouth are not related.
I have cotton mouth because I'm on copious amounts of marijuana. I don't know about you guys. What is going on with my hair? I thought it looked so cute, but it wasn't. Okay, rare glimpse. Stacy's hair down.
Hair down.
Like Crystal Gale because it's so fucking
down.
long these days. I haven't been feeling well. Life hasn't been terribly good. I'm in a tremendous amount of pain right now, and I don't know if we're going to make it through the podcast.
But we're here now.
We're here. We're
Deal with
queer.
it, America.
Get used to it.
That's right. Yeah. Get used to it.
So what has everybody been up to? How was your?
know.
Yeah, there's like nobody
Yeah, there's
here.
nobody here. There's no.
Not nobody.
Twitter
Tracy, you're
folks.
here. We love
No,
you.
I meant nobody in the grand
But
scheme
like,
of
I
things,
could just
like,
FaceTime
100
Tracy and just like talk
Oh,
to
yeah,
her
we can do
about
that.
like life and
And then we can
love
share intimate details.
this is fucking pissing me off.
'Cause we
Why
don't-
can't I go live on fucking Twitter?
Oh, you know why? Isn't Elon Musk whatever his
It
name
would be
is?
really
He's interviewing
interesting.
Trump, so like maybe the whole Twitter is down.
The thing is, the trend that's trending is hashtag Twitter blackout.
Oh,
And Elon is basically encouraging me to Twitter blackout. Like I literally am trying to go live on Twitter X, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
Why is it not going live? So 2 people. I'm going to tell you right now,
they're valued.
I would rather just call Tracy and talk to her.
But what about
Then-
the other? Oh, now there's 4 people.
There's 4 people, but if the 4 people aren't going to comment, I'm
Because
not doing it.
we'll just call them at home.
I'm just not going to do
and-
it. I
and
just
annoy
don't
them.
know why we can't go live on
Yeah,
TikTok.
Twitter. It's a
Twitter.
weird thing. So what was the Twitter blackout thing? Were you supposed to
So-
not use it?
Everybody's going to not use it because Elon Musk and Trump are on it. They're going to black out Twitter.
Huh.
And I wasn't going to do it. I was hoping to catch some clips later and see what the whole thing is about. And I had a whole bunch of hashtags that I wanted to talk about, but honestly, I'm a little afraid to get into politics because it seems to make you mad. And yeah,
We have a couple other
people.
people. We have Kristen Nations from the Nations family,
What's going on?
and up in GA, and then we have Mr. Matthew Microcosm Colvin up in TN saying, "Hey, Raj."
Can I just for a moment, when you talking about nations, I thought to myself, the Nations family,
Did
but I'm like, they're not creepy and
No, they're
kooky
not.
or mysterious and ooky. Like they're delightful. Although I don't know, it's been a long time since I've seen Ken. I don't know
Oh,
which
Ken
way
might
he went.
be. You don't know. I don't know.
But
I never met him.
Kristen's a delight, and it was really nice to meet Slate and Annika because I hadn't get to meet them. But and it's tough because I've been not doing well, and because of that, I missed Mark's wedding, and now there's a baby. I really want to see all these lovely kids that
I forgot about the
trains
baby.
at my house.
Even
and
though
all
like
that
we had
stuff.
baby watch on this
I
on
know,
this
we were
podcast.
like everybody in
I
America
don't even
was
know what the
voting on
baby's
this.
name was.
Ooh.
Speaking of babies, I had a great it's a grandnephew, is it not? The new baby?
Great nephew.
A great nephew, yes. I have a great
Why would it be
nephew
a
in the
grand
world.
nephew?
I don't know.
He was a little guy. He's only a great nephew.
He's
He's
just
great,
little-
but he's not grand.
So it's my niece's son.
yes.
So she
A
already has
great
a
nephew.
daughter and great nephew.
You can
Okay.
be a grandfather.
I have a
but you're not-
great uncle. This is my great uncle.
I also have a great nephew now.
Jezahozabah.
I married into this shit. I get to be a great
Yeah,
uncle
you
and
can
a
get
great-
into a 55 plus now.
because
yeah.
I'm married to him, not
That's right.
because I'm 55 plus. I'm
No,
48.
no.
48.
That's it. We have Kristen says Ken is pretty kooky, and which all right, that makes things interesting. Tracy says she feels like feel like technology been acting up. She's saying
everything seems to be fucking acting up. Like I don't know what's going on.
And Risa says hello. Risa was of the earliest request line on US 41.
Oh my god, they mentioned her on the radio. They did say her name, but I was like, oh my god, it's Risa. Which is so funny because I think other people call her Teresa.
Oh,
we just call her Risa.
Well, her name says right here.
It says on Facebook. Well, here lies the problem. If you
I thought her last name was Pizzas.
I have no idea what her last name is. I've been friends with her for years. I mean, like I originally was friends with her because I knew Darcy, and then we became.
And then you guys,
because she and Darcy went to school together.
I think her last name is Green.
It might be. I don't know. It could be Risa Powdery Man Baby. I'm not
really
sure
right.
How
that would be a better and a more apropos.
I will tell you that she is a motherfucking delight. She's very thoughtful and kind and patient, and she also is like takes no shit. She's in common with my pal Christina, who is in Scotland as we speak. I'm so jealous, and I cannot wait to hear. I'm gonna live vicariously. I'm gonna have her describe the food. Although they had a medical emergency on their plane, and they thought they were gonna have to land, and the flight left late. She's gonna be nervous about traveling.
She is gonna be so sick of bagpipes.
I don't know that it's like a bagpipe.
Risa says her last name is Humperdinck.
Is it really? Are you related to Engelbert Humperdinck? Because that would
Humperdinck.
I would lose my fucking mind. Is it really Humperdinck?
It's not Humperdinck.
Please be Humperdinck.
No, Humperdinck. She's just kidding.
Do you know what I was like?
You just got all excited.
Oh,
I know.
I have a great Engelbert Humperdinck story.
Not the only
says, I wish.
Humperdinck.
Wait, is it Humperdinck? And if so,
no, it's not.
But you're not really.
She wishes though.
Maybe she wishes she was related to Engelbert Humperdinck.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my Engelbert Humperdinck story. Wait, how many times can you say Engelbert Humperdinck? Do you know who Engelbert Humperdinck is? Me neither. Who the fuck knows who Engelbert Humperdinck?
I know exactly who he is.
Can you say Engelbert Humperdinck 10 times fast? Can you? Oh, we're live on Twitter. Finally. Can you? So you can say it repeatedly.
I think so. Engelbert Humperdinck.
Go ahead, keep going.
Humperdinck, Engelbert.
Just everybody at home.
Engelbert, Humperdinck,
right now,
Engelbert, Humperdinck, Engelbert,
I can't
Humperdinck, Engelbert, Humperdinck, Engelbert.
Yeah, but you're supposed to say the whole Engelbert.
Oh, it was getting into like a rhythm. I was like being freestyling, like the breakdancing on the Olympics.
I don't know, but I will tell you that we were playing charades as a family.
Oh no!
I'm 12 years old. No. Maybe 15.
Well, no.
And let me show you how
Game's over. Game's over, family.
Humperdinck, I barely know her. Risa,
I barely know.
Stop watching this podcast. Yeah, you're starting to sound like Doug, and that is not a good thing. It dries out my leg.
I didn't get my dad jar. I gotta go and get my calendar.
Can you? I've had a really fucking shitty run. Do you have to do that?
Calendar.
The people love
it. They seem to like it. Well,
we'll get the calendar while I show everyone.
Yeah, because I don't want to be part of the Humperdinck.
By the way, I'm not wearing a bra, so it's going to be like a saggy titty situation. But so it was. I had to act out. I'm acting out Engelbert Humperdinck. Ankle. And then hump, and then Dink. That was me trying to get my family to say Engelbert Humperdinck. It was far more drawn out than that. Went on for about a half hour, and they couldn't figure it out. My cousins got the dick. She said dick instead of dink. And ankle they got. And but the rest of it not so much. And somebody was like, show me what the glue is. I think it was my aunt, and she was like, oh, she's not gonna know this. Who the hell made this glue? None of these kids are gonna know this. So there's my Engelbert Humperdinck. Can you please act it? Stand right there, like I just did, and act out Engelbert Humperdinck charade style.
Ankle.
That's what I did.
Pert. Humperdinck.
See, not that far off. But if you get Engelbert Humperdinck,
I have a bad case of ankle dick.
Listen, let me just tell you something right now. If your family fucking puts Engelbert Humperdinck into a game of charades,
you just
you need a new family.
Especially with you.
Honest to God, if your family puts like it should be a warning sign. You know, like you moved to Florida in 1994 and you have a couple kids and you have that moment where you think to yourself, I should move home so my kids can have family nearby. Then I want you to think twice that this is the same family that made Engelbert Humperdinck an answer at fucking charades.
At least it wasn't Dick Van
You
Dyke.
should have known. I could have done Dick Van Dyke. Just would have needed Tracy to come with me. And I would have been pointing at your parts. I mean, everybody is really going to be exploited here is what it's up to. Hey, is
what?
I don't. Okay, Trace, tell me because I don't know. Is Dyke offensive if it's not?
Oh, no,
like,
we
in a
went
defensive
through
way?
this. We went through this. Yeah,
Did it?
Dyke is not preferred. Yeah,
It's not preferred.
it is not preferred.
Okay. Well, I will tell you, a friend of mine, it was a Facebook friend of mine. The other, I don't even know who it was, but it was so funny. It was a wedding picture, 2 lesbians coming out. I don't know if it was her or her friend or her daughter or what, but she wrote "happy as 2 clams" on the picture, and I was like, oh, oh.
It's a little funny,
Oh.
but she didn't mean it like that.
No,
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 that's
but
good.
people will. Yeah, see, look at that. We're having problems right now. So, this is where it gets really interesting.
Why?
So Twitter blackout is trending,
Twitter black?
and because Elon Musk is doing a live, Donald Trump's going live on Twitter X, and right now Twitter X seems to be crashed. Now, is it crashed because so many people are logging in? Is it crashed because somebody hacked into it?
Yeah, it could be those
Is
hackers
it
again
crashed
with the Trump
because
thing.
Elon Musk ended the massive amount of employees that were doing yoga and getting lattes at Twitter X? I don't know. Can you open that for me, please? So I don't know, but I do know that hopefully the marijuana that I have taken will kick in very soon. I took some nice cannabis oil. But I ran out of one syringe. It comes in a syringe, cannabis oil. So what they do, if you don't know, now you're going to know. They take cannabis and they soak it in grain alcohol, like Everclear, which you cannot buy in Massachusetts.
Sounds
but
like a party.
Rhode Island does sell for those of you in Massachusetts. I live in Florida. I'm pretty sure you can buy Everclear at your doctor's office, but that's not the point. The
By
point is,
CVS.
yeah, anywhere. You soak it in the stuff. And while there's a smell, do you smell it? It smells like delightful, and I don't know
It does.
what it
It
is.
smells good. I thought it was you.
I do not. I do not smell delightful. Okay. They take the cannabis and they soak the cannabis in grain alcohol, and then over a couple days or whatever, the longer you soak it, really the better. And then you're going to slowly cook it like crock pot level kind of, and then it makes a sticky, almost like tree sap or molasses, thicker than molasses. Not thicker than molasses, stickier than molasses substance. And so when it comes in these syringes, which you don't inject it.
No.
And
That'd be dumb.
if anybody out there has gotten cannabis from the person I get cannabis from, you don't take a whole fucking syringe. One of our friends did that.
Yes, that would not.
And and you take a small amount at a time.
4 days later.
But there's always like a little bit left in the syringe
Yeah.
you can't get out. We always think that we can get a little bit more. It's like $40 a gram, so you want to get every bit of it, and it is medicine and money's tight. So you push, and we couldn't get enough out. We even soaked it in a cup of hot water.
Mm.
So I mixed it up. Tonight I have a hybrid of 2 hybrids. I'm on, I believe, Master Kush and Mud tonight. So yeah, I like anything.
My name is Mud.
Well, there you go. Mud is one. It seems to be a good strain. Paul, did we say hi to Uncle Polly?
We didn't. I saw his smiling below. I didn't see his hey guys.
Well, he's laughing. Hey guys,
Hey, guys.
hey Uncle Polly, we missed
Uncle
you.
Polly.
I'm sorry we didn't hang out yesterday. I wanted to.
Paul's like going all over the place. He had
He's
breakfast or something over at the Twisted Fork or lunch or whatever.
He's
and he's cheating on us by eating there without us.
Well, it's like down the street from his
Yeah,
house.
I know.
It's his spot. They have live music. I can't play. I mean, if we lived closer, we'd be there all the fucking
be there
time. We
every
love
day.
the food. Although I
Good.
had an allergic reaction last time we were there.
Well,
though.
maybe it was to Polly. You didn't think of that, did you?
I don't think you could be allergic to Uncle Polly.
You might be.
I
He's
think-
not hypoallergenic. He's not like a crossbreed golden doodle. He's just a guy.
Hang on a second.
Mm.
I don't think you're supposed to refer to people as
As cross.
crossbeans, or
But
mudbloods.
if he's hypoallergenic, then he must be some sort of crossbreed.
Can I tell you? Okay, I don't know if Uncle Polly is hypoallergenic yet.
But I don't know if he's crossbreed,
But
but I'm
can I-
going to just say he is because
can-
it's funny.
But can I tell you something?
Yes.
I thought so. I'm not a huge I love fucking Harry Potter, but I'm not a huge J.K. Rowling fan. However, in Harry Potter, one of the ones I don't know is Sorcerer's Stone. I think it was pretty early on. Hermione was called a mudblood, which was like a mudblood, which was basically
Okay.
or because she's half Muggle, and half
Oh, right.
witch.
Okay.
And so a muggle is a normal, like a
Person.
person with no magic, non-magic people.
Mhm.
And so I thought it was a cool way to address the fact that like some people are treated differently because they're not of all one race or another. Like they're like, you think fucking racism is bad. Try being not accepted by either race, which is what a lot of mixed race kids end up dealing with. And I really pray, of course, our new great nephew is he's half black, he's half white. And we have a niece who's half black and half white, and we really hope and pray that the world is kind to these kids. And I want you to, whenever you meet someone who's, you don't know when you meet somebody what their nationality, you have no way of knowing. And like, some people don't like to, like, I'll ask people like where their people are from because I'm curious about it. Because like I'll always be like,
I would want to know where everybody's from. I'm like, oh,
I always want to know
if
where
you know
people
something
are
in
from.
common, or
Well, I mean, I was at the beach one day in Sanibel, and I started talking to a nice man, Eduardo, and his wife actually has an amazing TikTok channel.
They're very nice.
And she's a TikTok channel about Portugal. Well, I'm fucking Portuguese. He's Portuguese. So if I hadn't talked to him, I wouldn't know about that. We might not have made these new friends. Like, but some people don't want to talk about where they're from. But I'm interested to know where people are from. I'm interested to know. I'm fascinated by how culture will impact people for generations to come. I'm fascinated how
in a positive manner, sure.
Positive and negative.
Well,
and I'm fascinated by how people's physical appearance is so oddly specific.
You just want to know if they're from Alabama, the Congo, or Sweden.
I'm terrified of everyone from Alabama, the Congo, and Sweden. Speaking of
being terrified of people,
it's
Courtney.
Courtney's here. She says, "Hey, my beautiful friends that I miss so much."
Yes, where you been?
We
missed you.
Well, I don't know. We haven't been here
I don't know.
either. I'm not really in a position to say
yeah,
shit.
we suck.
Are we caught up on comments?
Yeah, we are actually.
So I don't think we're live on.
Except Paul admitted that he's not a half crossbreed or whatever I said.
He's not a cross.
He's not a crossbreed golden doodle hypoallergenic
Pauly?
Man, but he could be. I don't know.
Everybody's got to do what works for them.
But you talking of mixed race people?
Yeah.
Well, you have done your genetic testing.
Yes.
And you're a percent of this, a percent of that. You're half Neanderthal.
Yeah.
All this crazy crap.
Yeah. You want to talk about it?
No, not really. But I'm just saying that I would like you to admit that you are of many origins.
Well, here's the funny
thing. As we all are.
And y'all, so 23andMe was recently bought out by BlackRock. Now, it's not concerning. I don't know what the fuck is.
They have no interest in.
Well, I mean, okay.
So no interest in you.
So here lies the thing. There are a lot of people that don't want to do these DNA things because they're afraid that, they're going to fuck with you or do something to you because of your DNA or whatever they're going to fucking do. And trust me, I have been cloned plenty of times. You don't want to do that. Why can't I get into my fucking 23andMe account?
I don't know. Could be there.
But go ahead.
I'm just going to say, Courtney is Italian, German, and Cajun. Onion. Nice. That's a good mix right there. Italian, German, and Cajun. You got some good food situations going on there. And then Jen Corey is here. She says, "Hi guys. Hi. What's going on in the Scituate? All kinds of stuff going on.
Does Jen Corey live in Scituate?
I thought she did. Didn't you tell us that?
I have no idea where even I live at this point. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, we can't even keep up with our own selves.
So when I originally did my 23andMe, it was like, oh yeah, totally. You are actually a quarter Portuguese and a quarter Spanish or Italian, a quarter Portuguese and a quarter Italian. And then a week, like it was like I was really upset about it. I was like,
right, no, like you were living a lie.
My whole identity is that I'm fucking half Portuguese. I grew up in a Portuguese community. Do you see my beard? Do you see my cankles? Like, if I'm gonna fucking suffer through that shit, there should be some like upside to it, which would be like, growing up in a Portuguese community and being really proud of that, and being really proud of a lot of qualities that are associated with Portuguese people, like doing fantastic tile work and masonry.
Fantastic.
And also being really hard workers and kind people and
making a good cup of coffee.
And it's interesting because if you go on like the internet and you like look up different countries, they'll tell you things about the people. Like they'll be like, they're kind people, or they'll be like, they're fucking assholes. It never quite says they're fucking assholes. It'll say things like
they're harsh,
stoic.
They're stoic and harsh.
They're very direct. So all things
what a way to get that from.
About me. So just in case anybody wants to know where you can find me, you can find me wherever the fuck you want. The reason I did 23andMe is I have a brother who was given up for adoption, and I would like to find him because most of my family sucks.
He's hiding from you.
Can't say I blame him. So I am 50.8% Southern European. I'm Spanish and Portuguese. So São Miguel And
Sardinian.
I am Sardinian, and I will
Wow.
fuck you up. I will.
You come in a small can
tiny bit
with other
Italian.
sardines.
I'm broadly Southern European. That just basically means that somebody in my family was a slut.
Somebody down there.
And then, of course, the British and Irish from my mom's side, and a little French and German, and also I have West African and whatnot. So, I mean, honestly, if I would have a little
you got a little Congo in there.
West Asian. The bottom line is, if I had a dick, I would be afraid of it. And so I have actually found out that I have Facebook friends that I am related to by like fourth cousins. Which
Yeah,
is
that's
cool.
really cool.
And I just got some new ones, but I mean, the fourth cousins. I don't fuck with fourth cousins.
It would be cool if like it like at the bottom of this thing is like Adam, 50%, Eve, 50%.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, if that story really tracked.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do we got? Yeah,
Jen Corey says she's from Wilbraham. Wilbraham. The only reason
Did you
I
read
knew
the whole comment.
Well, I read
Western part of Mass and Wilbraham, just outside of Springfield. Which
we
is
know
funny.
where Wilbraham is because in the early 80s, there was a tornado there, and it was like the big deal that Wilbraham had a tornado. Now there's tornadoes everywhere, but Wilbraham had a tornado.
There you go.
It was home of the thing.
All right, so there's a bunch of stuff that I want to cover real quick. For some reason, we're not getting any pick up on Twitter, which makes me really sad. I think it has something to do. They're having some issues with outages.
Yeah, this all kinds of crazy crap.
So we're gonna try to keep it kind of brief tonight because I'm in a lot of pain.
She's been in pain all day.
I've been in pain
she had
for
back
several
pain,
days. I have been not
foot pain,
good.
leg
If
pain.
you would like to pray for me, that would be great because I've had to spend toe
pain.
How long of a run have I been on?
Ooh, about a month.
A month. It's been more than that.
It was before.
Well,
it was before July 4th. It was before that. Yeah.
So, so we're going on almost 2 months. So it's been a lovely summer for me.
Chest pain, eye pain, T-pain.
Oh, I wish T-Pain. I like T-Pain.
Get you an auto tuner.
T-Pain can make me sing. Apparently, T-Pain can sing, and people were.
Oh, I think he can actually. Yeah.
Oh, and then we didn't have internet again on Friday. It's just been crazy.
Jen says but Wilbraham is also the home of Friendly's ice cream, which is no longer great. Praying for you, Stacy. Apparently, they took down the Friendly's bushes that were on the Mass Pike. I heard they took. Remember the Friendly's?
Yeah,
the bushes?
They took them down.
Yeah, and I miss Friendly's.
I used to go. So I, of course, I spent most of my childhood with my grandparents and in Somerset, Massachusetts, and I went to Catholic school in Fall River for it was really only 3 years that I was there, but I had I never really had very long in any one place. So I like some of the fondest memories I had were I have so many periods of my childhood that are just completely blocked out of my mind. But
we should go to a hypnotist.
I'm a little afraid to be honest with you. I was in Somerset. And my grandparents, lived at Buffington Street. You can actually see the house I grew up in. I'll pull it up. My grandparents lived on Buffington Street, and so you could go down the hill and you would go down Buffington Street and you take right on County Street and you go up about a half mile, take a left. We would go the back way. We would go the back way through Shawmut Gardens and by St. Thomas More Church, which is where I went to church, and also embarrassed my grandmother, who was a Eucharistic minister and very involved in the church, while I fell asleep in the middle of my first fucking communion, which was my fault as a child, because
Was that the church your grandfather was in the funeral? Remember we went for your grandfather's funeral?
No, different church. That was St. Andrews.
Just checking.
Grandparents, St. Andrews by the Sea. The same church that gave a speech of anti-euthanasia in the middle of my grandmother's funeral after I watched her suffer for 5 days straight. It was a miracle I didn't get up there and punch the priest in the fucking face.
Sometimes these people.
The only reason I didn't make a scene is because it would have upset my grandfather, but I was pissed. And anyway, back to Friendly's. So Friendly's was conveniently located 5 minutes away. We went there constantly. And I used to get a strawberry sundae with bubblegum ice cream.
Oh.
And I would mix it up occasionally, but my family
when I was growing up,
gross.
We had 4 flavors.
No, there was flavors, but my family was like, strawberry ice cream with how can you eat that? I'm like, what are you talking about? It's amazing. And I would get a hot dog, a Friendly Frank, which by the way contains milk. Did you know that? If you're allergic to milk, you can't have a Friendly Frank. I fucking love a Friendly Frank. I would eat
that hamburger on the toast, on the grilled bread. Oh, that thing was so good.
It's funny because I was talking to a friend who I've been giving I haven't been giving her a hard time. I've been our friend Cindy. You guys know Cindy, and I was talking to her about diet today or whatever, and she's dealing with her health stuff, which she's talked about openly here on the podcast. I'm not spilling any secrets. And she's hoping to have some answers soon. They're doing more testing and whatnot. And we talked about diet, and she's like, well, they think diet would help like a little bit, but I really need to do this other stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, you got to do what's best for you, but diet. And so as I'm like, I eat so carefully. I eat all organic. I don't eat any gluten. I don't eat sugar. I do have a little sugar every now and again, but like I'm talking like a small amount of sugar. And
I eat it right out the bowl.
He kind of does. The man
No, I don't.
loves some sugar. But I was thinking like, fuck, like why can't I just eat some fucking stuff that I want to fucking eat? Like, why can't I have, like, I've been craving
steak and cheese.
I've been craving fucking golden tenders from TK's. And now
I want the Goldfinger pizza.
Now I want a fucking Friendly Frank.
I want one of those friendly burgers on the. That thing is so good. Burgers. Oh no,
it was from good. Friendly's is good. They have a lot of good stuff, and I've been craving chowder. I want some clam chowder.
Growing up, the Friendly's black raspberry ice cream was like the go-to. That was like a big deal, and then the hot fudge sundaes, of course, were unbelievable.
Yeah, well, herein lies the thing. Like you are what you eat, right? So if you're malnourished, and that's not just like most
of the people.
By the way, most people in this country are malnourished. You have to like work hard. As a matter of fact, I've been using ChatGPT as a health coach, and it's like throw some flax seeds and some herbs on there.
The robots are taking over.
Extra nutrients, because it's really important that we get as many micronutrients as possible. Because one of the biggest problems that we have is that our soil is completely depleted.
And because we sold it to the Chinese.
Sure. So yeah, there's stuff there. And so I miss Friendly's. So apparently Jen says that the
trees are gone, the bushes are gone,
and it was one of my first jobs working at Friendly's as a waitress. Loved the food back then. Yeah,
I would give my left nut for a coffee fribble. Back in the day?
Well, you could just go up the street and get some fucking coffee ice cream and make yourself a coffee fribble.
But the fribble.
We have a fucking blender that will beat the shit out of anything Friendly's has ever produced. That's a fucking blend tech. It'll blend anything. Something to think about.
So I don't have to give up a ball?
You don't. You could. It really. How much do you really use them? So,
a couple times a year.
I'm not going to respond to that on the grounds that it'll cause a huge marital squabble, even if I'm joking. So I'm going to just shut the fuck up, which is something I'm working on as a person. Actually, today, one of the things that came up was that I've had a tendency in my lifetime to make friends with people who are in total denial. It's like they're drawn to me like a magnet, the people in denial, right? So that's cool. Like that's interesting. Like it's cool that these people are drawn to me, but the problem is I'm the person that's going to call you out on your shit. I don't really allow anybody to be in denial because I don't want to be in denial. I want you to call me on my shit. Thank you, by the way, for all the people that do it. Maybe sometimes you could be a little kinder, but that I feel like I draw these people to me. And so I call my friend Zach. And so Zach, I've known Zach for 5 years now. Zach's been a part of our little family, and
maybe more.
He just showed up one day and he just never left. And so I called him and I was like, "Hey, am I in denial about anything?" And he's like, "Well, you're a blah 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 and blah 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 blah."
Yeah, I'm like, this is not going to end well.
But this is not me being in denial about anything. But he had some stuff, and I forget already what he said. To be honest with you, you think the world is out to get you.
Sometimes it feels that way, sure.
Well, sometimes I have actual evidence of that.
Oh yeah, there's people that are out to get you. Yeah, indeed. Take your children.
And then the other one that he said was that I think I'm a burden. My husband has to do everything to take care of me, and sometimes he complains.
No, I complain, but I don't complain about taking care of you. I don't complain about it.
Your general state of misery.
I just complain because like I'm me.
Yeah, but your and it's it's been kind of an issue. Your general state of misery and reactiveness and I absorb all of that. It's been a challenge. It's really been a challenge, and I don't know if we're going to survive this hurricane season or election season, but here we are. It traces. There was something from Anne. Yep. There was there's a Friendly's in a drive in Orlando. If you ever are in the area, if I'm in Orlando, the last place I'm fucking going is Friendly's.
Yeah,
there is a Johnny Rockets up there though.
We were talking about that this week. Like, where's the nearest Johnny Rockets?
I love Johnny Rockets. I think I like Johnny Rockets even better than I like Friendly's. I like Friendly's because of the nostalgia, but I like Johnny Rockets because.
Yeah, I mean Johnny is good, but like it's like I think Johnny and I think Johnny and Five Guys are like a wash.
No. The fries are better at Johnny Rockets.
No way.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
The fries at Five Guys are perfection.
Disagree. Especially since they're cooked in fucking peanut oil and
Well,
I can't have them.
Whose
So
goddamn problem is that?
It's my
That would
problem. Like
be
it's
your
literally.
problem.
And by the way, trying to eat healthy, and this weekend, like, didn't want to ask Doug to cook because I don't want to be a burden. So I'm like, okay, let's order some DoorDash. What can I possibly order off DoorDash? The last 2 or 3 times we've ordered from Chipotle, which has been like 2 or 3 times since we've lived in Florida, it sucked. And so I need something gluten-free. And, you know, I like Polo Tropical, but they don't, the thing I like most from Polo Tropical isn't gluten-free, and I can't have the rice. So I was like, Kava. So if you haven't been to Kava, it's fantastic.
Kava's so good.
You get you can get a bowl that's with rice or a salad or grains. You can get like quinoa or lentils or whatever the fuck you want.
Steak.
But here's the crazy thing.
Feta.
You pick your protein. So it can be 2 different kinds of chicken, steak, you can have falafel, which is not gluten-free.
Yeah, but it's good.
You put it in there. They give you up your choice of 3 dips. I got tzatziki, hummus, and crazy feta, which
Crazy feta is good. I got the red pepper hummus.
Kalamata olives, cucumber tomato salad, pickles,
slaw.
Parisian cucumbers. I did not get the cabbage slaw. You can get corn. There's all kinds of
Corn,
stuff.
roasted corn.
Then you get a dressing. We like the yogurt dill.
Yogurt dill is very good.
Comes to the house. They give you a free pita. Don't forget to check the box for the free pita. I did not eat the pita. I gave it to Doug. And so it was really good, but I got really sick afterwards.
Because you ate the falafel, not knowing that it had gluten.
The one night that I didn't get super sick was the falafel night.
Okay, all right.
I didn't think about the falafel having gluten. The other 2 nights I got really sick. I've been really sick all day today. I'm having stomach issues and back pain and hasn't been good. So again, I'm going to stop eating healthy. I'm going to go down the street and get myself some fucking Five Guys right now. Ann says there's a Friendly's 2 miles from me. I know exactly which Friendly's you're talking about because I used to go there with my friend Angela. It's where, like, if you go straight, you can go straight, and the Friendly's is on the left. You're on your way to Quincy, and Braintree to the mall. And on the right, down a little ways, is a really good Target. Right on the right there. Anyway, I love that area. And Uncle Paulie says Friendly's wraps are the bomb.
Yeah, I'm talking about that Fribble right now. I might have to order one from Orlando. Somebody drive it down here.
DoorDash. I don't know. Closest Friendly's, there might be one down here. And Trace says, I do like Johnny Rockets. So I actually just saw on TikTok. For some reason, I'm on like the weirdest TikToks.
Yeah, you're on like a black TikTok.
TikTok, lesbian TikTok,
yeah.
Cruise ship TikTok. I fucking
and you don't even like cruises.
And like small children TikTok and like healthy recipe TikTok and like garden projects TikTok. And right now I haven't been on any, like I have been having such a hard time with social media lately that I go on for maybe 90 seconds and then I stop. And then I go on again and for 90 seconds and I stop. I haven't been posting for the page. I haven't been going on for myself. It's been fucking nuts. But in one of the TikTok videos from Cruise Ship TikTok, I found out that one of these cruise ships has a Johnny Rockets on board.
Yeah.
And they give free breakfast. But most people don't know that. So you can get free breakfast at Johnny Rockets on board.
It's like breakfast from the 50s.
And Uncle Paulie says, he said the front frap. Go ahead.
Jen says, boy, do I understand, Stacy. 11 plus horrid years of horrid sickness has done a number on my husband, and the feeling of being a burden is so real and so hard.
Yeah, it's going to be 12 years for me, October 16th. I'm psyched about it. Tracy said, I do like Five Guys fries better.
Yeah.
Enjoy your peanut privilege.
Yeah, that's right. Me and Tracy are going to eat fries, and we're going to clink them like cheers with a fry. And
I will tell you something that I learned at Johnny Rockets that you need to know. You can have your Five Guys peanut fries. I can't, but you knock yourselves out. And listen, Five Guys does a lot of things right, but having peanuts everywhere is not a good idea because so many people have peanut allergies. They're going to have to change their model at some point. I learned from Johnny Rockets is they put the ketchup on a tray, salt it, and then dip your fries. Just try it one time. And you'll be like, oh.
Isn't there salt on the fry already?
Whether there's salt on the fries or not.
So you want a double hit.
Because ketchup, you got to think about how ketchup is made today.
It's just sugar and...
It's just sugar. Yeah. And so it's too sweet. But when you put the salt...
Oh, okay. Excellent. I like the vinegar. Yeah.
And Trace says, I want Chipotle so bad. I like Chipotle over Polo Tropical.
Chipotle is...
No, what was that fucking thing I was ordering from Polo Tropical? It was like a quesadilla...
Oh yeah. Forget what it was, but it was
So the first time I ordered Polo Tropical, thanks Anne, by the way. Anne introduced us to
Yeah.
Polo Tropical. She gave us a nice gift card. She's such a sweetheart.
Tracy says she can make a meal out of Five Guys for. Oh yeah, they're so good. That's and
She's making me
my dad
hungry.
used to make pull out the fry daddy in the 70s and make a bunch of fries, put them in a paper grocery bag and shake them up so they get all the grease off of them. And Tracy loves the salt trick.
That's a noisy truck. Okay, so the thing that I like to get on the menu is
The something.
my favorite thing on the what Jesus Christmas. I can't tell you.
Can't.
I'm like, can you just tell me what's on
What
the
about
goddamn menu? No,
It was like an appetizer, a menu right there.
I had gone on that page.
Oh, okay, all right.
And when I tried to click, it didn't let me do that. So in any case, there's a sandwich that I like that I was going to pull up for you guys, but it just doesn't seem to be.
And Tracy says that's how we do our homemade fries, Doug. Maybe that's how everybody does it. But you know what? Now I'm planning a trip up to Paste Eater, Georgia.
Paste Eater, Georgia. That's kind of rude. I can't find it, but there's some sort of
They
sandwich.
named it after some kid in the kindergarten class.
It's like a good sandwich, but I forget what
You
it's
got,
called.
you got mauled by a pit bull.
You can't. Here's the problem: you can't even see the menu unless you click Order Now
Yeah.
and then log in.
That's bullcrap.
Hello. Who designed this fucking website? You're losing 50% of your customers because they don't want to give that information.
Polo Tropical is,
If you've never had Polo Tropical and you go on that website and you have to fucking enter your information in order to go to the website to find out if their allergens meet your needs or whatever else need the menu meets
I
your
want to
needs
see if you
or
can
whatever.
look it up on the phone. It might be order now. You can order something.
I'm telling you, they want your information, and sometimes. People are sick of having to have different logins for every website. They're sick of getting emails. Like, just I get it that you want to market to us, but just stop. If I like it, I will come, and if I don't, I won't. And that's not only a euphemism for takeout, but also for sex. What?
Because you also take something out.
Paste Eater, Georgia.
Paste Eater,
Tracy
Georgia.
is laughing her ass off. So I do want to run down quickly our hashtags. Again, I'm not feeling well, and quite frankly, we've been watching Project Runway.
Oh, we
need to know how it ends before he goes to sleep.
Yeah.
So tonight's it's not even showing up on Twitter. So if anybody is watching the Trump thing,
no, we got people on Twitter. There are 26 people in Twitter.
Oh, look at that! But maybe the people that normally watch. Here's the problem. Maybe we have people that normally watch that are conservative, that are blocking out Twitter, and the other half are watching. Perhaps
maybe people are watching us just because they're all sick of politics.
I can't say I would blame them. So I was just going to go onto our page to see which you got a tag.
Tracy agrees. Yeah, but I just want to see a menu. Shouldn't have to log in for that. Yeah, that's bullcrap.
Exactly.
I just want to see what you got.
So the hashtags that I did today, apparently hashtag he's back is in reference to Trump being
Jesus?
on Twitter because he had Twitter.
Oh, I thought it was Jesus because he's coming back for Judgment Day.
Maybe that's what I hear.
Jesus is going to be interviewed by Elon Musk.
There's this guy. I'm also on Bashar TikTok. This guy metaphysical like hippy dippy woo woo TikTok. There's this guy Bashar, and he says that Jesus didn't come to Earth to get followers, but to create other leaders like him, like other prophets, if you will.
Get laid.
And I shared that with two of my Christian friends today, and they got very upset. I'm like,
no, I think that's probably true, isn't it? Wouldn't it make sense?
I think Jesus was here
coming down to spread the gospel.
I think Jesus was here to start was here to start a pyramid scheme. He's going to get some people under
That's where
him,
the pyramids came from.
Get some people under him. And if you think about it, though, that's really the way it works, right? Like everybody follows God, the Holy Trinity, whatever God it you can call your God whatever you want. Or you can have 10,000 gods. I don't give a shit. Whatever the fuck you want to do. I'm not in charge of you. So then they get like religious leaders. Yep. And then you get the followers, and like maybe you have some mid-level management.
Then you get people that just feel guilty about doing bad shit that join a church.
Oh, dude! Listen, the only thing that's I gotta tell you this: Catholics with the guilt is that's like part of what they teach. It's not in the commandments guilt per se, though, which is really weird to me. But the guilt is a big part of Catholicism, and I think there's a lot of times when you can thank my Irish Catholic upbringing for me not offing myself because I'd feel bad about how it impacts people, even though I've been suffering
you wouldn't
like a
be
dog.
going to heaven.
Why do you think I'm not going to heaven?
Because you killed yourself. That's a sin.
Where does it say that?
The Bible.
no sin is greater than
It's in
another.
Ecclesiastes.
And like they say this whole like God doesn't give you more than you can handle in a day's time. I'm pretty fucking confident that he has.
All right, you know what would be really good if God
What?
gave you 3 wishes, like a genie.
You know what's really funny with like my manifesting lately? I have just it's got to be confusing for the universe. I go between please kill me and please let me win the lottery. Please kill me and please let me win the lottery.
Well, that's sending mixed messages.
It is, but I like here's my thing. I'm like just pick one, just nowhere in between. I cannot continue like this anymore. I'm in so much pain every day. I'm suffering every day. Western medicine doesn't have answers. All they've done is made me feel sicker. All these alternative medicines, I can't afford them. And it sucks. So yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Right,
So congratulations to the Catholics with the guilt.
Jen Corey says Catholic guilt is awful.
I hear Jewish guilt's not good either.
What if they like? Maybe there's like some pharma company should come over with Catholic guilt pills,
Yeah,
like
give you
they make
side
it less.
effects like getting molested by a priest.
Yeah, it's not so good. And then she says
Only if you're cute, though.
Satan is the god of this world, and Ozzy Osbourne is the Prince of Darkness. I don't know if you knew that.
I just thought of something really interesting. You know, I have that theory that the people that didn't get molested as children is because they were ugly, and the people that did is because we were cute.
Yeah.
It makes me want to like look up all like the people that had like gotten
molested
by
and
priests.
see pictures of them in like 5th grade from when they got molested.
Were they cute? Were they not? I don't know. And the problem is too is like
well, cute is subjective too.
People from 20, 30 years ago often do not look attractive because of unfortunate fashion choices.
Well, that and hairstyles, yeah, and
like in the 80s,
glasses.
Everyone looked so old. Like people, like the Golden Girls were like in their fucking 40s, or like Rue McClanahan was.
50, yeah.
And it's like, ooh, that looks old. That looks old. People think that you're way younger than you, younger than you are. The only thing that throws you off is the gray hair.
So I don't have guilt. I don't have Catholic guilt. I'm like,
that's true. But
whatever.
Do you want to dye your hair?
You want to dye my hair?
What do you guys think? Should we dye Dutch
What
hair?
color are we gonna dye it?
Make him look younger. Jet black.
Jet black. Like, I want to look like Elvis.
And we'll do your eyebrows too.
I want to look like Elvis.
I feel like I have some.
Actually, the only good thing about going gray was that that my eyebrows don't stick out like they used to.
You do have a Peter Gallagher vibe going on.
Kristen says the Bible doesn't say God doesn't give you more than you can handle. Like the telephone game, it keeps getting changed. Yeah,
no, that's just an expression. That's definitely not. I would never have claimed that was in the Bible. I should be clear about that. I don't think that it's in the Bible. But Kristen is certainly far more well versed in the Bible than I am. So, Kristen, you are here. Feel free to take Bible choice. Oh, I heard the ancient Aramaic translation of the Lord's Prayer also on TikTok, and I thought that was really interesting. I mean, we've summarized it.
I would like to hear it in Aramaic. I bet it's
sounds quite pretty. Do you know anybody who speaks Aramaic?
No, I don't. Actually, I probably do because I know some really weird people with weird skills. Tracy says, "I'm so sorry that you're in pain. I'm right there with you. I understand all too well about wanting to die or win the lottery."
Either way. Well, but like in your case, I don't know that. So you're having this surgery, so hopefully it. Fingers crossed.
It's all promise. Right now.
Tracy's got like a lot of pain. For me, there's a few clinics. There's one here. We'd actually moved down here hoping I was going to go to this clinic in Naples that ended up being a disaster. There's one up in the Tampa area. I would not go to Spoonoggle because they're real big on antibiotics, and I already did antibiotics. Thank you very much. I tried to go to Clinic St. George in Germany. We tried to raise the money. We raised about $5,000, which wasn't even the medical bills we had at the time.
So you bought supplements.
Bought supplements is pretty much.
And it got death threats.
It got death threats. I hope you die.
Yada. Yeah, it was not good.
But there's one in Nevada, Sierra Integrative, that I know somebody that went to. They had positive results, at least at the time. There's a lot of things I would do if we won the lottery. I would when we win the lottery, will get lots of
tonight.
Fun treatments. And I don't know if we have a ticket for tonight.
I bought a ticket for tonight.
$2. Good job.
Ahead of time.
Good job. But I would like to be able to throw money at treatment, not only for myself, but for a lot of people in the Lyme community. I'd like to make these natural medicine accessible to everyone. And I believe people in the there are people, this is my thing. There are people in the natural health community that are genuine healers that want to help people, and they would help absolutely everyone if they could.
And then you got
people that were in Western medicine that were like, less licensure.
Yeah, let me do that.
Insurance. I can clean
No
the
proof
fuck
points
up.
to no
But the
pesky
biggest
proof
part-
points to.
But the biggest part is that they can make fucking money, and that's why they shift over. And I'm not going to name any names, but I do know at least one doctor in the greater Boston area that has done that. And I'm
Jen says, I'm sorry, wait, Paul just chimed in. Jen says, growing up, I was hideous. My glasses were so thick, they hurt my eyes and my nose, and my mom would cut my hair off. Hideous. I think
Okay,
that was
first of all,
just growing up.
I'm really
I think that's what
sorry.
happened.
Yeah, no, everybody.
But
had
you're
the
a
bowl
beautiful
cut.
person.
I think you're a beautiful person inside and out. But also, I don't really feel like I can ask this question, but I have a theory that I was molested as a kid because I was cute.
No.
And so I say to my friends, I was talking to my friend in the car one day, and I was like, I'm sorry, like, because I joke about it because that's my coping mechanism, but I don't ever want to make anybody else feel uncomfortable. So I said, I'm sorry, were you molested as a kid? And he goes, no. And I'm like, oh, it's because you're ugly. So,
Not nice.
yeah,
That's
I'm
tough.
a terrible.
That's a tough reality you have to face.
So I would say that hopefully it would protect you, but I don't think you were ugly. And Uncle Paulie's got something to say.
Paul says, guys, got to say goodnight. Have to be up at 6 a.m. 2 doctor's appointments starting at 8. With my local job physical at 1. He's going to be poked and prodded tomorrow.
Yeah.
Catch you tomorrow evening. Good to see you,
guys.
Paul.
We love you. You know who's not here is Hookah Bob, and that is making me worried. I love him.
Oh, I was stalked and, well, we know
by
what
my
that
dad's
was.
cousin.
By my dad's
I'm so
cousin.
sorry, sweetheart.
Well,
she was stalked and raped by your dad's cousin.
I'm
so
sorry about that.
Jen.
I hope Stacy's use of humor doesn't upset you.
No, yeah, I would never want to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm so sorry if I did, and I'm so sorry that you went through that. And I wish I could think of something that I could say, and I just don't think that there's anything.
No, there's nothing. Nothing you can say.
Just know that we love you, and that's not cool.
We're gonna try and make the world that you're in.
Do you want to give me
better.
his number? I will.
Oh yeah,
I have no fucking problem going and killing that guy right now. I have no fucking problem doing that. I will do that. I have rage anyway, and yeah.
You have rage.
I do have rage. What's going on with the onions?
They're growing some onions. Leave me alone.
Yeah, but they're like dying. Or is there water in there?
Yeah, there's water in there, but I need to put more water in there. Thank you very much. Jen was not upset about that at all.
Okay.
So,
well, if you
but you know why? Because she was cute when she was little.
Okay, stop it.
Oh,
you can't talk about it. You weren't.
Oh, that's right. I wasn't. I
Jen,
can't talk about it. Never mind. I didn't say anything.
I think you have my number, but and I haven't been on Facebook much lately. But if you ever need to talk, I'm here. And you know, I try to be here for everybody, but lately I haven't had it in me to do anything, so I apologize for that. It's interesting that we shall be segueing into this next topic. Hashtag Epstein is trending because
Trump flew his plane.
Trump had some sort of problem with his plane, and he got a new plane, and he was
of all the planes.
But I don't know. But like, did he know that it was Epstein's plane? Like, come on, and like, hear me out. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, Trump certainly has earned himself a few jabs here and there. When you're a character, people are going to give you a hard time. I say this because I am a character. That said, if we're going to hashtag Epstein, we shouldn't be worried about the fact that Trump used his plane. We should be worried about the fact that
Trump used his plane before.
We should be worried about. There's actually no evidence that Trump was on the Epstein plane.
I've heard other things.
Okay,
I've heard 17 times.
But can I make my point?
Yeah, no, go, please.
We should have. Maybe he was. We should have the full list of people that bought underage minors for sex through Epstein.
We should know that. Yeah,
we should know that by now, or that we're involved with underage. We should know that by now. What the fuck?
Because there's certain things in the world that are not cool.
Quite frankly, I don't give a shit if Trump made a cast of Epstein's dick and shoved it in his ass on live fucking television. I care about these people being put to fucking justice. And I care about these people that were neglected 6 ways to Sunday. Fuck
you know, like shit. You think about that, or like the Weinstein thing, like all these people that just like they have power or they're elites or whatever, and they just get away with goddamn whatever the hell they want to do.
Well, I have said this once, I will say it 1,000 times. We have this group of people that runs the fucking world, and they're all fucking friends, and they look down upon us, they judge us, they treat us like shit, they take advantage of us, much like we learned about in school. Remember, you learned about the caste system? They were like talking about all these foreign countries. The caste system in India, it's so terrible. Like, we don't have that in the fucking United States. Open your eyes, motherfuckers. It's called
well, and the other thing too is that you can hold stuff up in court forever, like it seems. Like you can do whatever the fuck you want,
Well,
and then you just appeal. You appeal. You found
But
guilty.
that's the
Appeal
thing.
that. Appeal that.
You can bankrupt somebody with legal fees.
Yeah.
You just drag it out. Like that's how these corporations. Like if you happen to have a lawsuit against a major corporation for some reason, actually I just recently heard of one, they can drag that case out forever. For example, Johnson and Johnson had to pay out because of all the people with ovarian cancer that through their powder. And so what they did is they formed a shell company out of fucking Texas and bankrupt that shell company, and now no one will get paid because that's what corporations fucking do. They don't give a fuck about it.
I knew somebody that worked for a guy. It was really bad. They were really close, and he worked for him, and finally he's like, hey, I want to, love a piece of this company, love to, kind of whatever. So the guy gave him a piece of the company, then transferred all the business over to a new company, and it was bad. It was shitty. It was so shitty. And
can we please start a hippie commune?
Can we please just be nice to each other, like in life? Like, can people just that are doing hard work be rewarded for hard work? Can there's people that have that are honest to be rewarded for honesty? Can there,
Speaking of, Jen Corey says, I love you guys too. Trust me, I've had many crazy ideas on how to hold him accountable. Just give him my number. Just give me his number or his address. And she says, darn, I've got to go. I've been waiting for my husband to get home. Night, night. Good night, darling. No. And Trace says, yes, please. Yeah, I think that the only solution is a hippie commune. But I will say, it's funny. One of my friends, today is back to school for a lot of people, especially here in Florida. And I don't even know what the date is, to be honest with you. It's August 12th. So it's not.
Oh, I have the date right here.
Back home, it is not. You're not reading 10 dad.
I have the ones from the weekend.
I've been feeling like shit. You're gonna. Well, there's like 3 last week, so I'm sure we'll get 3 dad jokes a day this week. So today is back to school here in Florida, and I don't know if the little kids on the street went today. I'll have to check and see if there's any pictures. But somebody that we know, Josh, had posted this whole tirade about how you shouldn't send your kids to school. You should homeschool them. Which, given my druthers, I would want everybody.
Which is a fine stance to have.
But if you're going to make the comment,
the way it was posted was
it was wrought with grammatical errors and use the word ain't. So I'm like, dude, I love you, but like, if you're ever going to use proper English, it might be when you're questioning the educational system. Maybe. What do you got?
Tracy says yes, please to our.
Do you see this thing that you're doing when you keep checking it? Stop doing it.
I did it once.
Okay, but it drives me crazy when you do it in the middle of the
podcast. Well, look at you. You left it there.
I didn't mean to do it, but this is the screen where you do the camera on. When you when you do things to it, we don't know what's on camera. So my other hashtags, because I just want to get through them. You can tell your dad jokes, and I'll go inside and slit a wrist. My veins. There was an earthquake?
Earthquake in Los Angeles, 4.4, I believe.
Is that like a bad one?
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's like medium bad. No, bad is like bad. I guess would be 5, 5.5 above, like something like that. 7 is awful, right?
Okay, well now I know.
Yeah.
Patreon is trending, and we've actually considered shifting over to Patreon because it would give us an option to, instead of make money on the podcast, just make money, lose money on the podcast, we might break even. And it would basically be like a subscription basis. You guys would pay like $10 a month or something like that to hear us, and we'd love to give it to people but it's costing us it's costing us money to do the podcast, and we're out of money. So but Patreon, so basically you subscribe and you can watch channels. It's like Netflix or anything like that, but it's just, original content. And so they're in a fight with Apple right now, and Apple's saying that if they don't remit to their payment platform, that they're going to remove them from the App Store. So here lies the issue. So we got these high-level fucking people, and they get in a pissing contest, and we suffer from it. It's like mom and dad, but and I people, it's just another example of just like, just do the right fucking thing.
Yeah.
And it was funny too, because like Dolan today was like, you guys should watch Big Brother. And he was like,
he likes the villains.
And he's like, you'll like the people, you'll like different people than I do. Yeah, damn right. You like the horrible people. Like, and I get it. It adds more drama to the show or whatever. But I want people to just be fucking nice to each other.
Yeah, I want people to be nice.
I have enough problems in the world. I don't need to be mean to anybody. I don't want to be around negative people. Fuck that shit. Chappelle is trending, but it's not David Chappelle. It's some musician type character.
Don't know.
It was a lady, and she did some ass shaking. So there's a lot of that going around.
Don't mind that.
The Project Runway.
We've been watching that all. Well, we didn't watch it all, right?
No, we're gonna.
We started maybe
We also watched The
Saturday.
Bear. We
Oh
also
yeah, we
watched
finished
We're
The
gonna get to
Bear. That was very good.
We're gonna get to that. But Chappelle Project Runway. We're watching season 14. We accidentally found out who won before it ended, and I would not have called this person to be even making it to the end after their last
Yeah,
few
they had
displays.
some iffy
They
weeks.
came in hot at the beginning. She
Oh,
was
yeah, yeah.
amazing,
Yeah, yeah.
and then her confidence just waned. And I think a lot of it had to do with the negativity from other people that are on the show. In particular, this one chick with the black hair, the goth girl. I don't even remember her fucking name. It's season 14.
Yeah, she
like
was kinda
it's from a
privileged.
long time ago. But like, now that we know who won, we're watching her talk about like she's like, I'm going to Fashion Week and she's just not there. Blah,
No,
blah,
yeah.
blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, fuck her, she beats you. But there's this other chick whose name is Kelly, and she's from Massachusetts.
Kelly from the deli.
I love her. So
She's from Munson, Mass.
hear me out, Kelly from the deli, and hello, what's up? Kelly from the deli and other person. What's the other person's name? Kelly and Ashley. When I win the lottery tomorrow or Wednesday, I'd rather win on Wednesday, to be honest, or Tuesday night. I'd rather win because it's a bigger jackpot.
We got stuff to do.
But I'm gonna have you guys design my clothes, and I would like to work with the two of you to design a line of clothing for people with chronic illnesses that are built for healing, and that they don't have like seams that are painful, and they're easily accessible, and they're easily stretchable. There are a few adaptive clothing lines out there, but most of them focus on kids. There's a few for adults, but they're like not like I'm looking for like loungewear that's not really loungewear. And the fabric is really important to me. I would like to have healing materials like hemp and or organic cotton and linen and wool and silk and the like. No polyester, no plastic. We are all being exposed to so much plastic every day. Hide from plastic.
I want to wear animal hides.
I'd wear animal hides. I'm okay with that.
I'm gonna hunt animals and then.
That's the interesting thing is they're not really using any animal hides on Project Runway. They don't use it. It doesn't seem like they ever use leather or that they ever use animal products. But you know, I actually would prefer if people wore leather or fur than just kill an animal and not use the rest of it.
Right. If you're gonna kill an animal, use all of it.
You should use all parts of the animal,
I guess.
And then make food out of it, like in The Bear, which
the Bear's good stuff.
Wait a second, I need to just scroll back. We just had a comment. We'll talk about The Bear. Kristen says Slate got bitten in the neck by a dog. Send him good thoughts because he had a panic attack thinking he has rabies.
How do you get bitten in the neck by a dog? That's
a big dog. Or he was sitting down.
Or he was acting like a dog himself. And
well, in any case, everybody say a little prayer for
Slate.
That's
terrible. I hope he's okay.
The odds that he has rabies are like 0. They're like 0. But you can find out if the dog, was inoculated. Actually, Trace, you're here. You know a lot about this. What are the odds that Slate's got rabies? And
how does she know? She's not going to know. It's probably pretty low. Though.
Tracy would know what the odds you have. Well, first of all, she would Google it. Second of all, she has extensive training on it as both a vet tech and as a forensic whatever. Something just made a lot of fucking noise on the roof.
There's an owl on the roof.
Gong, gong. The owls are pretty small.
Yeah, but this thing makes a racket. Like there was a blue jay up there.
One of my favorite things is to listen to the rain off of this. It's like when we were camping in Bridgeton as a kid. You would hear it on the metal roof.
Speaking of rabies, Nolan's here. Says glad to see you guys podcasting again. Yeah, it's been
barely
5 nights. Yeah,
we were just picking on you. Actually,
we were talking about how you root for the bad villain people on Big Brother,
and how we like the people that are nice. Glow Cortina and Lollytunes were over on Instagram, but I didn't see them because
Gloria's great.
I wasn't paying attention.
Gloria posted a picture of a bunch of little jars with like little wooden lids. She's like, "What do you think I'm putting in these?" And I said, "Dog caviar." I just made that up, and hopefully, maybe I'll give her an idea for a business.
Oh, that's a terrible idea for a business. What is dog caviar? That's dog caviar would technically be dog sperm.
No. I was thinking it was caviar for dogs. Like you find a fish that dogs like, and you get the eggs from that fish. And Tracy says, as long as the dog is up to date on the vaccines, they have not been bitten by a rabid animal, then the odds are super low or to none.
But the odds that the animal is like animals with rabies don't live terribly long, and generally they exhibit some. It's not like Lyme disease where you walk around and nobody knows you have Lyme disease, and they think, oh, but you seem perfectly fine to me.
Right, that's right. And
it's like
as long as it wasn't like a rabid bat or a rabid raccoon, then he should be all right.
Can you please tell the people about your discombobulated wife?
Discombobulated wife.
You looked over on the floor today.
Oh yeah, well, she was doing some stretching.
Well, hang on. So I had those tube dresses. It's like a stretchy up top and
long
flowy thing that Christina gave me, and I bought a couple more. They were like $14 on Amazon. And so, but Doug had run it through the wash, and the problem is our washer dryers in our garage. You basically have to put the clothes in the dryer immediately, otherwise it's going to smell musty.
And in the summertime, like it's so humid in there that like you have to run it through a couple times on the dryer. It's not even funny.
So we go. There's something over there. So I got it on. It smells musty, and then I'm like, whatever. I don't care. I have it on. I am not going anywhere. I just need something that's comfortable to put on so that I'm not naked when like people look in the window or strangers show up or whatever the fuck happens. So, again, I need to live in the middle of fucking nowhere. So I'm sitting there, and the elastic from the top is like digging into my skin. Like any seam, like it's not going to bother me. It's not going to bother me. It's not going to bother me. I'm not even going to feel it. And then it's going to be excruciating, and the pain will migrate from there. It's so weird. So it starts to hurt, and I'm like, Doug, I go to the bathroom, and I'm like, I'm ready to fucking put my head in the oven, which is not very effective because it's an electric oven. And warm. I'm screaming at Doug, get me something to throw on. I can't wear this. And I just give up, and I pull it up, the elastic part up over to my neck, because I'd been rolling it up, and that wasn't stopping the elastic from digging in. So I just pulled the whole thing up and wore it kind of like a shawl, like a poncho. And so then I was like laying on the ground trying to stretch my back because my back was really hurting. And I got this poncho on that smells all musty. I'm laying on the ground. I'm in agony. I can barely move.
Yoga mat.
And I got.
She has one leg.
In a yoga strap, and I'm up like this.
She's got one over there, one over there, and naked, like completely naked.
Completely naked, except for the fact that I got this.
She's got like this little thing, like from here to here.
If you are a master hater and you must see this picture, Doug did take it, and he will send it to you. That's some master hater privilege right now. And we got some more comments. Kristen says he went to someone's dog, and the dog launched him straight in the neck. Animal control is trying to get proof of the vaccines, but the owner is denying it happened. Wow. And she says 10 days, so we have 8 days.
Who else is going to bite him in the neck? Don't answer that.
Well, if he's lucky, a nice girl.
So 10 days, so we have 8 days. So this happened a couple days ago. They have 8 days to come up, or what? Does he have to go through like a rabies vaccine?
They'll put him on the rabies treatment, which is not fun. Yeah, it's
he needed that, like he needed a hole in the neck.
Yeah,
that was funny. I don't know if anybody noticed that.
But
it's good
how
comedy.
can the people even deny it happened? B, this is a medical event. C, they can use the location from his phone to prove that he was at that house. And the time, and establish the timeline, because the location's pretty much always being tracked. So just something to keep in mind. But please let us know how that works out. I'm going to forget. I'm having a rough time with I'm not kidding. It's been bad. My memory's really bad. And actually I had I had a whole thing. I mixed up something really serious the other day. Well, it wasn't really serious, but serious enough. And because I'm having some bad neurological issues. Tracy says, how do you deny a bite? There has to be cameras around somewhere around there. Well, whether there's cameras or not, his phone will show where his location was, so that will help. Like,
I say get the dog police involved. Get somebody involved.
Why would he make it up? But I don't know what the Georgia law says about that. If that was Massachusetts, Jesus. Actually,
Slate would be quarantined for one.
If it was Massachusetts, Slate would be quarantined
on an island.
They probably put Slate to sleep. And try to do something nice for the dog. They'd be like, well, you shouldn't be a pet.
No, don't say that.
Massachusetts is very pro animal, is all I'm saying. And I think Slate is going to be fine. Tell him not to worry.
I wouldn't worry about it.
In every life, we have some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double. So don't worry. Be happy. Do.
Animals live 10 days if they have rabies. So you'd be dead by now?
It's fine. The Slate and the dog will both be dead by now.
Was the dog on a leash? Georgia has a leash law. Well, apparently not. He lunged out of a door.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Anytime there's lunging,
here's the thing: the dog's job is to protect the house, and
right.
I understand, like when people have, there's incidents with dogs that are not okay. And obviously, but you should have control of your animal at all times. And if Slade had broken into the house, I would want the dog to bite him.
There's a
But
plot twist we didn't see coming.
I'm pretty sure Slade didn't break into the house.
Maybe it's trick or treating
there's a
2 months
lot-
early,
You get a lot of vibes off of Slade, and one of
and
them
one of them's not burglar.
not burglar. And he also doesn't strike me as someone who bites dogs.
No, I don't think
not
he
that
bit
biting
back.
dog
Yeah,
was
no.
even something we were considering here, but he seems like a good nice young man, a very thoughtful young
I don't
man,
think he's gonna bite any
sweet
animals.
and
If anything, he would free
he's a
Willy.
character. That sounded like a Bill Clinton reference if I ever heard one. Don't do that to him. So
I didn't say
the
anything.
point of my story is that
Don't bite a dog.
yeah, no, but I think that one thing that drives me crazy is when people tell their dogs to shut up when somebody comes to the door. It's like that's your dog.
That's
That's
the dog's
why you
supposed
have
to
a
do.
dog. Don't tell them to stop barking. That's literally
That's pretty much
you
why I
a
don't
dog.
have a dog. I don't want to hear that.
Walker would bark for 30 seconds and he would get depressed if nobody played with him. Like I said, can't even form a fucking sentence. So we've been watching Project Runway. We're obsessed with it. We also watched the season 3 of The Bear.
I recommend it.
Which is your favorite season?
Last season was very good. This season, not as good. A lot of screaming, which I don't like. That's the only thing I
It
didn't
was
like
more
about the
similar
first
to
season.
season. It was more similar to season 1.
Yeah, I think season 2 was my favorite.
It was
Character development.
They
Good.
did a lot of that Pulp Fiction stuff where they like jump around with storylines. I don't like that, but
We still
I did
don't know
love
what
the
happened
show.
with the dog.
They're like to be continued. We don't know what happened with the duck, but John Cena.
Yeah, raise hell.
John Cena was on it, and
John Cena is good in everything, and he's like the same character in everything, but he's great in everything. And I don't even know him,
but
and I
was,
just like him.
he was hilarious. Actually, John Cena still has his OG Jeep with squares. I think it's an '88.
Remember when they had squares? They, oh, this is a travesty. Only Jeeps should have round headlights.
Yeah, they
and
should
now
have
everybody
round
wants the squares. I don't know. You know,
well,
it's
I think
star-bellied sneeches.
Less and less people want fucking Fiats, but that's
Well,
between
that's-
you, me, and the wall. By the way, if you like seashells at all, check out all of the Southwest Florida shelling pages right now. There's a shitload of fucking crazy ass shells, like people getting whelks like this big. I'm so jealous. And so with the Bear, John Cena was on it and he was fantastic. But I'm wondering if we missed an episode or something. I don't. It was because he was only on for like half an episode,
Yeah.
and he
I
went to
think
go
so,
get
yeah.
a duck. And he was going to go get a duck from a pond.
We need a freshwater
like a
duck.
from like a
Yes, if it was
butcher.
a freshwater duck. They're in Chicago. I don't think they have any saltwater ducks in Chicago. So the freshwater duck. That was great. It was what a great line.
He was great in that. Honestly, I've never seen anything I didn't think he was good at. Joni Mitchell's trending. I don't know why,
Joni Mitchell.
but why should what?
I have no idea.
Who the fuck is Joni Mitchell?
You don't know Joni
It's
Mitchell?
like an old people.
Big
name.
Yellow Taxi.
Oh, I like that song.
Yeah.
Big yellow taxi took my
Pave the parking
away.
lot.
Pave paradise and put a parking lot.
Ooh,
Who covered that? Somebody covered it.
Counting Crows.
Big
are one of
Yellow
those
Taxi?
Stupid. No, yeah. Counting Crows.
Counting
Wasn't
Crows.
it?
I thought it was great, and I would never
Terrible.
have known that song if it didn't happen. Hashtag wannabe is trending. I think it's in reference to Trump, but I'm not really sure. But it makes me think of, if you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. Okay, so and by the way,
Friendship never
you know,
ends.
because Mel B of the Spice Girls,
Guest judge on
Project Runway, everything's
season
connected.
whatever.
And of course Rosario is trending. That's like a
Rosario, like rosacea.
no,
that like-
Rosario is like some sort of player in the
Oh.
sports is trending,
Oh,
and
okay. Could have been one of them Olympians.
but when I think of Rosario, when I hear Rosario,
Yeah, we think of Rosario,
There's
Rosario Dawson.
literally only one thing I think of. There will always only be one thing I ever think of, and it is
Yeah, and
Rosario
it's
Dawson's
worth watching on a repeat.
hypnotic tits in this scene from Clerks 2. Dear God, I love you, Jesus. There is noise on this. They're dancing. I don't know if you can hear the audio, but you really don't need it. What you need
We created the song though.
Look at it. Look at
Yeah,
it.
that's-
Look at him go. I'm straight.
They're perfect.
I love her.
Yeah, it's not so terrible.
If every time I'm having a bad day, all I
You
have
just
to do
watch
is
that?
watch Rosario and Dawson's
All I
boobs, and I
wanna
feel a
do-
state of zen. What do you got for comments?
We can hear the audio. Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
actually
That actually wasn't
replaced
even the
the
song, they
audio
replaced it
from
with
the
something.
original movie.
It was ABC. It was this whole dance number in the parking lot. It's really cute. If you haven't seen
good.
Clerks 2, I highly recommend it. I love all the Kevin Smith movies. Jets is trending.
Jets.
Jets.
Oh,
Jets.
Apparently, Aaron Rodgers came out and said he regretted saying that he was immunized against the COVID-19 because he wasn't, and he was doing an herbal protocol.
Well, it's interesting.
For it. And he goes, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm, whatever. And now he regrets saying that. But I kind of think that he regrets saying that only because somebody was mad at him or something.
Well, maybe he
nice.
felt like he had to say that he was, and that's therein lies the problem.
I didn't read the article, so don't quote me on it.
Cole Beasley was very forthcoming with the fact that he spoke out because a lot of the younger players came to him and said that they were afraid to not get it and they didn't want to, and so I don't think your job should be making health decisions for you or anyone else for that matter. But what the fuck well, no, I know your job. It's a free country in theory. So anyway, I don't know. The only reason I personally have like a thing with the Jets, I have an ex that's a big Jets fan, and every time I see the Jets, I think how horribly he treated me. So I've always rooted against the Jets. But now Gary Vaynerchuk, who's Vaynerchuk Media, he said a lot of good stuff. He's a very well-known media guy. He's also a well-known he sells collectibles and yard sale finds. Gary V, when he was a kid, he moved to New York from Russia.
Oh.
And he had his friends asked him who his sports team was.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I don't know anything about it. And so they're like, you're a Jets fan. And so the kid was a Jets fan, and all of his friends had jerseys, and he wanted a jersey and he couldn't get one. His family was poor; they were immigrants, and he had to learn. Like, he came into the United States not speaking any English, and he doesn't even have like the slightest accent, which is a little disappointing, to be honest with you. But his mom knit him a sweater to look like a Jets shirt, and I'm gonna cry.
Does he still have it?
He still has it.
Nice.
And his dream is to buy the Jets and to hang that sweater up at Jets Stadium.
Oh, that'd be good. I don't think you're getting it out of the Hess family. They
I don't know. I just
own that thing forever.
That's such a good story.
It is a good story.
But if the Jets continue to suck, Gary, you should be able to get a bargain.
Fuck the Jets. I know. Cindy's husband loves the Jets. People from New York love the Jets.
But how can you have any resentment toward the Jets? Because
the Jets
they're not even good. Like
no, that's true.
It makes sense to hate the Patriots when there was like all these accusations.
Yeah, but there's certain teams that are in your division that you play all the time, and you just don't like them.
Why would you not like the Jets though?
Because they're in my division. I don't like the Dolphins or the Patriots either.
I think that's stupid. If they're a threat, I can understand.
Everything about football is pretty stupid. But,
that's true. I'm looking forward to football season and you having a mental breakdown on a daily fucking basis. That'll be fun. What do we have for comments?
Nothing. No, we got nothing.
All right. So I want to whip through. So we already talked about Twitter blackout. That's all of our hashtags. So tell your dad jokes.
I have dad jokes. And then, all right. So I have a few dad jokes here. This is from Friday, August 9th, last week, because we weren't around. What do you call a pencil with two erasers? Pointless. Did you hear about did you hear the one about the roof? Never mind. It's over your head.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
I find this calendar to be a ripoff. It's 2 days. You only get one joke.
Well, that's just the weekend. It's a desk calendar. So you really, why are you going to put two? Yeah. And then finally,
they're literally ripping you off of that's like 52 dad jokes a year that they're ripping you off of. You buy a dad joke calendar, you don't think, there's only one joke for the weekend. Wesley should demand a refund.
Should get 52% of his money back.
Not 50%, but some percentage.
Well, no, whatever 52.
Don't you, when you buy a dad joke calendar?
I would expect every day, yeah.
Demand a refund.
But maybe it could have been a production issue, like if you couldn't put 52 more sheets on that stack. Otherwise,
and there's all kinds of other tear out calendars that have 365 fucking days. I'm starting a class action suit against this calendar company for making my pussy dry and making these. And you know who you're fucking missing a day of the week calendar 52 cheater.
What are you gonna need to sue the dad joke calendar people? What are you gonna need to hire?
I'm gonna use fucking ChatGPT.
What do lawyers wear to court? Lawsuits. And there you go. There you have it. That's all I got.
So guys, that was today. We're gonna just wrap up real quick with unless you had anything you wanted to add.
There was all kinds of political stuff. I don't want to get into it, but apparently I don't know, just people are going ape shit, and I'm am sick of it. There's so much fake stuff. There's so much stuff
The only
that's
stuff
real
I ever
that
want
like
to talk
that-
about,
yeah,
the
it's just
only stuff I ever want to talk about is the stuff I can make fun of.
Like
if I can make fun of something, if I can find, like, for example, there's a rumor that allegedly in the first chapter of Hillbilly Elegy, the story of his life, allegedly, which they made a movie about on Netflix. That's true. Supposedly there was a version of it where he fucked a couch. Who cares?
apparently he was fucked the couch. He grew up gay. There's pictures came out today of
He
him in
did say-
drag or something. I don't give a shit.
Well, it was. I think it was Halloween that he was dressed. It wasn't like it was
Yeah, I don't
clearly
give
he
a
was.
shit.
It was clear that he was like dressed up for Halloween or something. That
Yeah,
he
it
wasn't
was.
dressed
Yeah,
in
I
drag.
don't
but,
know.
But listen, who cares?
I don't
Who
give a shit.
cares? Who cares?
And I
Like,
will.
if you have enough if you have so few fucking problems in your life that you're worried about what some idiot that doesn't give a shit about you, doesn't even know you fucking exist,
Yeah.
is doing, please take that energy and worry about me because
Well,
I'm fucking struggling.
The thing I saw from Tim Walsey was like his whole thing was like, mind your business. Like, just it's not none of my business if he wants to dress in drag. I don't give a shit.
Well, he really couldn't say anything anti that, given his political stances. But it's just it's just all.
I mean,
it's all a disaster. It's all a train wreck. We all need to live on a hippie commune. What could you have done better today?
today
And you guys, what could you have done better today?
I cranked through some stuff today for work. I'm trying to get ahead of what I'm trying to do. I could have posted stuff for review today, but I didn't get to it. But I did get all the files ready and ready to go, so I have less work on the back end. So
we always post it tonight.
Yeah.
Tracy says lawsuits. I like that one.
Mm.
I don't think we can be friends anymore.
Well,
I used to love you. My favorite.
now you have to go out and find a new
I gotta
lesbian.
find a new one.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think you had a good day overall, though. You yelled
Overall,
at
it was
me.
good.
That's
I was good. We had an easy lunch. We had an even easier dinner. We didn't really have anything for
We
dinner.
didn't eat dinner, no, but that made it very easy.
Yeah. So,
Tracy says, I am actually proud of myself for leaving work early and
Oh.
out of pain. I can honestly say that there is not a single thing I could have done better today. I did not slip my wrist, and that was an accomplishment within itself.
Your yoga was oh, and then you forgot about the yoga strap.
Oh, I had a
She was
yoga
using
strap.
a yoga strap, which ended up
Mhm.
it just
Somehow
sort of ended
lodged
up
in my ass crack.
as a thong. Yeah, so it was.
Yeah, so you might want to wash it if you ever come over, because somehow my yoga strap ended
you have
up
a yoga
on
strap?
my ass cheeks.
You know.
Yeah, and my yoga blocks are out here. We use them for the podcast, but mostly I play with them, and I don't know why. People must be like, "What are these
Stack
big
'em?
fucking purple blocks?"
Um.
They're really helpful. Like if you ever want to put something, like, because you can
Yeah. You
you
can
can
like
put
kind
things
of
in many
up,
different
down,
configurations.
what have you.
Like there's countless configurations of yoga blocks. Yeah, I don't really think I could have done much differently today. I'm very proud of myself because I've been really struggling and I haven't killed myself yet. I did seriously think about it last week though, and fortunately, I haven't really had the energy to do the things that it takes to kill myself, so I'm still here. And
You have to order the anvil from
and I had
Acme.
one of my kids liked an old picture on my Facebook, and I don't know what the fuck that means, and that was stressful for me. And I wish nothing but good things for them, but I just can't reach out at this point. I've just been hurt so many times. If they want to reach out to me, my phone number has not changed. Many of them have. My email address hasn't changed. My Facebook is still there. I'm very easy to reach out to, and I wish you nothing but positive things. I'm just, that's a lot.
It's a lot to deal with.
Well, the problem is that every time we've had an interaction, it's gone bad, and I don't want to get my hopes up, or I don't want to have conflict. I don't want to upset anyone. I just want peace. I want everybody to be happy, and as much as it hurts that my family's not a part of my life, I want them to be happy. And if having me in their lives makes them sad, I don't want to be in their lives, because I want only happiness for everyone, even people that suck. I want them to be happy too, because if you're happy, you suck less.
And if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. But you want peace and humptiness for everybody, is what you want.
Well, yeah, I would like some humpiness, but since the lead singer of Digital Underground has gone dead a long time ago, that will not be happening as much as I would like it to. But the Humpty Dance, ladies and gentlemen, it's your chance to do the hump. Do the Humpty Hump. Gratitude.
Gratitude. Grateful that
How about for all the people that watch the fucking podcast?
Everybody watch the podcast.
Thank you,
Everybody
guys.
stopping by and
Thank
saying
you.
hello.
I know it's a
It was
quiet
nice.
night. Well, quiet from the TikTok perspective, but from Twitter perspective, we only have 37 tonight on Twitter tonight. But the people that are here watching us, thank you everybody who's come and support. I know people are always popping in and out. Courtney, thank you so much. Little Tommy Millmore, Trace, Kristen, Matthew, Risa, Uncle Paulie, Jen Corey, Ann Walker. We saw you.
Yep.
And
Kristen.
I already got Kristen.
Oh, yeah, Kristen.
All right, Kristen. And also everybody
And Nolan was here for
Nolan, of course. How can you forget Nolan?
Jump in.
Everybody say a little prayer for
Slate.
For Slate. Everybody say a little prayer for me. Everybody say a little prayer for the universe. And everybody just keep your vibes positive. I am thankful that you made food today. I'm thankful that I have been able to use ChatGPT as a health coach to some extent. I'm thankful for medical marijuana. I tried to not take it last night. I didn't get any sleep. I didn't take any. I've been trying not to take it as much because I've had to take it day and night, every day. And it's been really rough. But I am thankful for cannabis. I'm thankful for Project Runaway and The Bear and things that have been able to distract me. I've been playing this new match game on my phone. That's been helpful. Cribbage. I'm thankful that Doug sucks at cribbage.
Not that bad.
He's not that bad. I've just it's funny because we're either neck and neck or like we cream each other. And it just happens to be I cream more than Doug.
I had terrible cards that last game. It was terrible.
But we have fun playing, and it reminds me of my grandfather. Makes me feel close to him, and I'm thankful for good old George Reinhagen. May he rest in peace, and also Humptiness.
In Humptiness,
I don't think my grandfather is really familiar with Humptiness.
He could have been. He could have been.
I will tell you, when I was a kid, I would listen to Joan Jett.
Yeah.
I Love Rock and Roll album.
Yeah.
And he would come through, and there were she did a cover of Rockin' Robin, which was my favorite song.
No, she didn't really.
Yeah, it's on that album. She also did a cover of The Little Drummer Boy. My grandfather would come through while I was dancing to those songs, and he would sing and dance, and it always made me so happy.
And you're thinking, he's so cool.
I did think he was so cool, but you have to understand, he had a great singing voice. You remind me of him. Like, it's so funny. It didn't occur to me until like 12 years into our marriage how much you remind me of him.
Well, now I'm old. I'm like,
well, have you seen the man? I mean, he doesn't
have
have the big lips like you have, but he was a handsome fellow.
My gratitude. I'm very grateful for all the people that have supported my music and texted US 41. My song went up to number 4, then it went to 5 for the second week, and then this week it was a 6. So it appears to be falling back off the chart, but I am unbelievably grateful for everybody that's helped me out and even to get on that chart was fantastic, let alone make it to number 4. But we have more songs in the can ready to go, so we're gonna launch.
Is he ready for some?
Well, I'm gonna let it calm down a little bit, and then we'll hit them again. But if anybody has any idea what song should be next, I think probably Perfectville, maybe. And today Perfectville got played up in Tampa at a Tampa radio station.
Shout out to Tampa. Cool. I see. How do I make that bigger?
And you probably just pull the corner of it.
Pull the corner. Where did Grandpa go?
But anyway, so that's that. And I'm working on the new album, and there's some weird stuff and some really good stuff that I think will be fantastic. So
okay, well, you can't see it. Like, I don't think they're going to be able to see that little tiny picture, but you don't see
the plus.
No, I'm telling you, I tried.
Is that grayed out? It looked grayed out.
Oh, you can see. Grandpa's coming for me. So if my grandfather had lips,
I think I look like him.
Hang on.
All right, hang on for the grandpappy.
This is not grandpappy. It's my grandfather.
That's the grandfather.
And if you look, he's these big blue eyes, and he has the jaw and the dimples. You have all of that going on. Mm. You don't see any similarities there?
Not really. He's got a better nose than I do. The ears are about the same. His jaw is better. He's also about 30 years younger than I am right now.
Well, he's also very dead now, and his face started to droop over the years, kind of like yours. So you have this little thing right there.
Yeah, I know. I have this thing coming.
You have whiskers today? When I was a little girl, I would give my grandfather a hug.
Oh my God, my dad would attack us with the whiskers. That was crazy.
Yeah. And Tracy says, I am actually proud for myself for leaving work early and getting out of pain. Get it, girl. And she says, I'm grateful for you both. I'm grateful for homemade steak and cheese subs. That's what I fucking want.
She's been dying for a steak and cheese sub all goddamn.
I am grateful for the AC I fixed. I hope. I am grateful for Beth and Brian and what they did because our refrigerator shit the bed. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. We have an extra. You want to come get it? I've been grateful for Beck and her support, and I've always been wanting to make me a better person. She says,
Oh,
I
that's
can't wait
very
to
nice.
hear it, meaning the new album. And she says, oh, very handsome man. I see the similarities. Yeah, there were.
That makes you kind of creepy.
Although my grandfather, everybody fucking marries one of their parents for some reason. I'm trying to figure out which one of your parents I am. Which one? I'm neither
You're
of
not
your
like
parents.
anybody.
If you read some of the internet comments, there's plenty of things that I'm like, and none of them are very flattering. And people wonder why I'm burnt out on doing the podcast and can't go on social media anymore.
Social media.
I'm thankful for my grandfather. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for these people. I'm thankful for Project Runway and anything that I can use to distract myself. And I'm grateful for hope for the future. And I'm grateful for delusions, because delusions have been getting me through.
Well,
and
what are you gonna do?
But it's really not been good. So if you can keep me in your thoughts, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So you got anything else?
No, this is good. I'm grateful for that. We're trying everything we can to get you feeling better, and I'm thankful for cannabis because that helps. And I'm thankful for being able to to order kava when we need to. It's just trying to get through every day. And I'm also grateful for Paging Mr. Morrow because I enjoy that.
Yeah, if you're having a bad day, just watch Paging Mr. Morrow. Maybe don't watch the Boston episode because it was a little.
Oh, the Boston episode, he goes to the original Dunkin's and spills a coffee, spills an iced coffee.
Yeah, but like what he did in Boston.
But yeah, he went to Cheers.
I want to take Mr. Morrow to like honestly, like that's.
But he didn't go to Fenway.
One of my many life goals.
That was good.
Here's one of my many life goals: is to win the lottery and take Paging Mr. Morrow on a Doug and Stacy
adventure.
Massachusetts adventure, because we do it right.
Ooh.
We've had so many people that came and stayed with us, and we showed them around New England, and they loved it. We had the tour perfected. We took people to Plymouth Rock. We hyped it up.
It's so good.
And then we were like,
then they're like,
it is.
That sucks.
There it is. It's like this little, it's like a little, it's like this.
I don't know.
It's
like Massachusetts or like Boston, they're so much different now than.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. What are you going to take them to? The guy named Barking Crab? No. Taking them.
Well, I always take people. You got to take them to the public gardens. You got to take them to Faneuil Hall. You got to take
him to North End to get the pastries, which he
did.
To
the North End. He did go to the North, and he went to Mike's. Modern's pretty good too, but Mike's is the flagship. You gotta do something at Fenway. You gotta do. I like the garden too.
The MFA is fantastic.
The
Gardner
you gotta go
Museum
to the Cape.
is great.
Ideally, P-Town. You gotta get P-Town. If you can get Nantucket, Martha's Vineyard, even better. I like Hyannis. You gotta do some mini golf. You gotta do some Kitsch mini golf. You gotta make the rounds up to New Hampshire and Maine, ideally to Bridgeton. Maybe go up to Bangor while you're at it. Hit Newport. Go on a nice tour of the Wales.
I'll tell you what happened on that cliff walk.
Eat
I'll just
fucking chowder. We'll take you for all the best.
Well, we had been talking about coming up to New England for a wedding that's in a couple weeks, and it doesn't.
Oh shit! We need to reach out to them and let them know it's not going to happen for sure.
So our but one of our things is like, when you think you're going somewhere and then you don't go. You're like, oh, I'm like 2 weeks away from having some good chowder, or 2 weeks away from having this or that, and then you're not. So then it kind of throws you.
Well, and the thing is that there's a New England place down here, and we went
their chowder
once, and
is not that great.
It wasn't good. Maybe they were just having a bad day. So I don't really know, because they had a day where they had more people than they're used to having, and so maybe but usually chowder's something you make in advance. I think chowder's better.
But there is a Cape Cod seafood company right before you take the turn to Sanibel.
Interesting.
When you come back and you take the left to get on McGregor. Yeah, it's right there. It's called Cape Cod.
If you're from New England and you live in Southwest Florida, but the problem is the clams aren't fucking fresh. I've given up all hope. All right, love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Did you get end stream? Oh, you gotta play the outro.
I gotta play.